Hi, I'm the Black Nova, and this is my show I like to call Spitfire. Well, today's topic is abducted, missing, whatever you want to call it, children that just totally have vanished off the face of the earth. I mean, there's no remnants that they were even existed or that they even were kidnapped. I mean, there's nothing. They just vanished. And no one's talking about it, and I want to know why. We've had midterm elections, we had all type of elections, and not one candidate has mentioned the fact that they would do something about our kids coming up missing. When I was growing up, I was always taught that the kids were the future, and you protected them no matter what. We were the village, we protected our young. But nowadays, it doesn't seem that way. Nowadays, it seems like the only time that people really focus on it is when it's somebody in their family. And that's very sad, because if you look at the numbers, there are kids vanishing by the hundreds in every city, every county. And our nation is not doing well as a whole. There's thousands of children missing, and no one is saying anything, not even our president. Everybody say they have their eye on everything, but the only thing I see people with their eyes on is the money. Everybody want to know, how they're going to make this dollar, how they're going to stretch this dollar, how they're going to create this, but nobody is really focusing on our children that's coming up missing each and every day. Now, you have the news, they report everything every day, but they don't report all the missing children. And then we have these Amber Alerts, but you never really hear any of them, but here and there. Who decides what child is available to have an Amber Alert, especially for them? And in the black community, let's look at it like this. We all say the same thing. There are so many children coming up missing, but nothing being said. Well, we're not saying much of anything either. Social media is what we use every day. Every day a kid comes up missing, I post them on my page. And a lot of people do repost and share. And I'm pretty sure it has helped out to recover some of these children. But there's thousands out there that's not being recovered. And it leads me to believe that it's on a more higher scale. There's no way in this day and age where we have camera phones and videos and secret this and secret that we can't figure out what's happening to these children and where they're going. Here in Michigan, we had a situation where 120 some kids were found in a what you call a sex trafficking thing. But I've heard the numbers, but I haven't seen the children. There hasn't been not one news channel that goes and interview these children or even say, well, we're glad to see that you're safe and that we're returning you back to your parents. I haven't seen any of that. So that makes me think that it's just a bunch of bull. Nobody in the upper echelons are really looking at the fact that our children are being taken, because it's not their children. They're safe. They have their gated communities and police communities. So it's easy for them to turn their nose up to the situation of children coming up missing. But, today I just was like, what, it's time for me to finally say something, because even though I'm not nobody well known, and this is just my first, you might as well say YouTube video, a lot of people might not really pay attention to you, but sooner or later, as I get bigger and more known, because I'm going to keep saying stuff like this as much and as often as I can, until people open up their eyes about how our children is coming up missing. If we don't pay attention to this, we're not only looking at depopulation, we are looking at extinction. Because after a while, you're not going to have any children to snatch, because they're going to be all gone. And people say, well, that's impossible. But at the rate that children are disappearing, it very may be very possible. This is not a video where I wrote down and jotted down things. This is not a video where I took the time to really, figure out what I wanted to say. I like to come from the heart. I think those are the more feasible things to listen to and want to react to. Now, because of that, I'll make mistakes, I'll stutter, I'll stumble, but hey, we are human, that's what happens. But the facts are the facts. And the fact that I'm speaking today on is very depressing. I'm tired of every time I look around on the Facebook page, I see multiple kids, multiple parents, multiple family members disappearing and crying and upset and wondering, am I going to see my child again? Am I going to see my cousin again? Am I going to see even my mom again? So, people, what are we going to do about it? Are we going to sit here and act like we don't see it happening? Or are we going to stand up and start asking questions? We pay tax dollars to these people to protect us, but they're not protecting us. And for you in the black community, not to single you out, you already know that they're not going to protect us. They're killing us one by one. So it's not really feasible for them to look for our children. We have to do it ourselves. We have to investigate ourselves. We have to protect our village. That means we have to go out and police the police. Make them do their job. In my neighborhood, I've been saying all along, look at the white vans. We got all these white vans around here. Why? They're not stopping. They're not doing anything. They have no logos on the side, but they're always in the communities where kids are being taken. I've had people on other sides of town where kids are being taken, and I asked them, have you seen any white vans? And they say, sure, I've seen these white vans. They don't have no windows on the side, and the back is gated tinted windows. Well, what do you think are in those trucks? They're not stopping. They're not eating. They're not getting gas, but they're riding around the neighborhood. All they're doing is looking for people who have children that they're not paying attention to. And then they're snatching them. That's why I say this is on a much higher level. Now, everybody want to say stuff about this Pizzagate and this and that, whatever. But this could be a part of it. They have to get the kids from somewhere. Even in the sex trafficking thing, they have to get the kids from somewhere. So, in closing, because I don't want to be on here all day just repeating myself over and over again, I'm pretty sure by now you get the point. The point is, our children is coming up missing. Nobody's doing nothing about it. Nobody's saying nothing about it. This is the way we're going to handle this on the social media thing. I'm going to make these videos. I'm going to post on my page. And I'm going to keep saying something to somebody from the upper echelon of people, the police, the detectives, the president, the governor. I don't care. To somebody tell us they have a foolproof plan to protect our children. Not only in school from people shooting them, but from off the streets where people are taking them. This has been Spitfire. Now, somewhere around here, if you like what you hear, you like what I'm saying, hit that bell, hit that subscribe, hit some comments and some likes. Because I'm not going anywhere. This is my first video. I made a lot of mistakes. I'll clean them up. They'll get better as I go by. I'll add stuff to it. It'll look professional. But I had to do this. I've been setting up this whole little laboratory of mine for a minute now. And I've been trying to come on here and do something. And today was the day. I would like to thank you for your time. Again, Spitfire, Black Nova. Have a great day.